Yeah, you're patient zero. You're bringing it back to the
Yeah,
best country
that's
in the
what's
world.
gonna happen. Mhm.
It's all fucked. It's all fucking fucked.
Yeah.
Typhoid Alyx is here.
Yes. Anywho, guys, thanks for tuning in. It's the Unofficial Official Podcast, episode number 26, probably. I am, as always, Tro the Mo, here bringing in some hot lockdown vibes, entertaining you all and all that shit. With me today we have the infallible Capitan Privilege.
The privilege is yours.
As always. And we have, joining us from down south, we have Alyx.
Yeah.
How are we all doing?
Yeah, good mate. I'm actually not hanging.
What? That's disgusting that you don't get hungover, man. Like, honestly, I can have like two dark fruits and be like, the next day be like, my head's a wee bit sore.
I think I had about half a bottle of gin last night.
Jesus.
I've literally got your hangover. That's some bullshit. I had like 2 cans of beer at 4 o'clock yesterday and I felt like shit all morning.
I was gonna say previously a bit under the weather. A bit worse for wear.
Fucks off down south and leaves the hangover. Cheers.
I literally woke up at 7:30 this morning and I was like, I'm fine.
Oh, not
Lucky.
our periods must be in sync or something because I'm
Yes. How was
TMI.
How was the move down south, Alyx?
It was really easy. I mean, it was like 12 hours at the end.
Oh.
We left at 9:30 in the morning and we got to mine at 9 o'clock at night, so yeah, almost 12 hours.
Jeez,
But it was fine. It was like the roads were really clear, apart from that one lorry that was up in the mountains. I was not happy. I was like, so fuck you, lorry.
Fuck you,
on the
lorry,
road,
man.
Piece of shit.
Yeah, it was really easy. I'm still surrounded by boxes. There's boxes everywhere, but other than that, it's all good.
Good shit. That's what we like to hear. How's it been back in with the rents?
Yeah, it's been alright actually.
Good.
Yeah, been pretty good.
I like it.
Shout out to Dad.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dad. We love you, Dad.
Big Daddy Boy. Podcast biggest fan. The real MVP.
But he says we're not to swear, guys. So I mean.
Ah, damn it.
They'll fake it. They'll want to. We'll try, but I can't promise anything because I swear a lot. Like I swear, but it's surprising. See if you like met me for the first time, you'd be like, oh, what a nice, respectable young man, and then the third time, it's like, oh my god, what a piece of human trash. Stop that.
See, I think people look at me and go, big scary emo, and then they speak to me and they're like, you're 12.
yeah, that's I understand that. So what did we get up to yesterday? Heard did you go to a barbecue yesterday, Alyx?
Yes, there was a barbecue in my street. I did a lot of cooking and took a load of vegan food.
Nice.
And most of it got eaten. Yay!
That's good. Slowly but surely turn them
quite a lot of gin, and then came back and watched Hot Fuzz with my dad.
Nice. That's nice. You know, it's just like, no, that's just wholesome.
It was good. I also got to hold a cat, so I mean.
Nice. I do that most days. I've got a cat that's he's a right dickhead, right? He comes in at night and so the way our house is set up, I've got like a wee kind of officey bit that's in between the kitchen and the living room, and that's where all my stuff is. And I've got a seat, obviously, that I sit on to use as a seat. And every single night, this cat, Peanut, his name is, legendary cat, right? But he sits here every night when he comes in. So he comes in, and see if I'm sitting here at night, which I've started doing more because I now have a sweet gaming rig. He'll jump up and he'll crush my balls. So most nights I get my balls crushed by a cat, and it's the most infuriating thing. It's like, I'm sitting here, don't be a wee dick, just be sound, be nice. And he's like, no, he jumps up. Yeah, I can't. Like, I'd be happy to have him sit in my lap if he didn't. Like, it's like he's got laser guided paws, and he's just one paw on and all the weight on it, and you're like, mate, you're down, you've ruined it, you've absolutely fucked it. So
I once woke up to the amazing sensation of a direct headbutt straight to the nudsticles. As it dove, the kitten dove from the headboard about a foot and a half above my head, straight head first into my. That's what I woke up to. Oh man, I was not a happy buddy that day. No. But anyway, I think I'd be happier if I got a drink. Maybe nipped in the pub.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, maybe from the pub.
From 6 a.m. today.
That's my bit of lager.
Yes. No, Jeremy, that's my bit of lager. A sausage is missing, Jeremy. Do you want to fork my bag mark? Equals pickles.
That's enough. That is enough.
Yeah, but Privy and his not so subtle segue was referring to the fact that London and the rest of that country officially have pubs open again. You can go to a beer garden, you can enjoy the rain, have a nice drink with your mates. My opinion is it's wave 2. This is wave 2 beginning. That's what this is.
It's really funny, like Scotland's got like lower cases and seems to be handling it not so bad. And England's like, let's open the pubs way earlier.
Yep.
Never know.
Yeah, okay. Like Scotland's like 0 cases for like 4 or 5 days. England's like 200 cases. It's like, you know what, guys, go over and drink these around it. It's like, hold on a minute.
In some actual glasses. I hope they've got the bottle bars stocked up. That's what I'm saying, because I don't know about you, but I'm not want to be slurping in pint glasses. And do you think people that bring your own pint glass? That's against pub rules, actually, I think. Probably. Especially if they can't prove it's been cleaned.
Probably, yeah.
Maybe they're doing plastic tumblers.
No, I know the way like the pub near me's doing it. It's like table service only, so you can't actually go up to the bar.
That's good. That's clever.
And I know there's all like screens and obviously like you can't sit and drink at the bar.
Yeah, that makes sense. Do you know that's
it is really... all like distance and stuff. I don't think the pub should be open. Like, don't get me wrong, but I'm like the one near me I know is being fairly sensible about it. Like they have like a maximum number of people they can have in and stuff.
Good. That's exactly what we want. To be fair, we don't want.
I used to work there, so I kind of have to like figure out.
Yeah. Great pub, guys. Yeah. Are they enforcing masks at anything, or is it just don't be an idiot?
How can you wear a mask and drink though? This is what I want to know.
It's a straw.
It's like the restaurants. Like there's restaurants in the States that are open, and you have to go in, and when you go in, you have to wear your mask the entire time until your meal's served. And I'm like, right, okay. Obviously, you're not going to eat a meal through your mask, but let's get this clear here. You're going to wear a mask the entire time. You're not spitting, sputtering, chewing, and using your mouth. But as soon as the food comes, when your place is likely to be...
I just maybe never want to eat a thing again.
As soon as your food comes, it's spray me daddy time. Easy. Spray me daddy. Yeah, it's weird, man. Like, I think we do need to try and get back to normality, but I think there's a lot of things that just need to not do so soon. But
do you know what's upsetting me, right? The fact that fucking pubs are allowed to open, right? And they're not the cleanest of places.
They're not.
But fucking tattoo shops where they're like sanitary and everything. No.
That's dumb.
Rude. It's Tory bullshit, and I will not be having it.
It's really dumb. I'm not into that. I ain't into that. Yeah. Any other stuff that's popped up this week that's new?
Well, I think, like you said about the pubs opening early, and even all this nonsense with Sturgeon with it, you'll need to wear masks in shops for the 10th, that we haven't been doing mandatorily for years, for months now. It's a conspiracy.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, and speaking of conspiracies, right? Okay. Have you followed me this far? The only other thing we're talking about this week is the giant conspiracies of disrespect, Dr. Disrespect.
Yes.
Still no answers to why he's been yeeted off Twitch, but also there's the whole beauty community conspiracy. That's it just gets juicier and juicier as the weeks go.
So
what one do you want to go first? Choose one first.
Let's go the one that I know nothing, which is either of them. We'll go the beauty community. Do beauty community. I'd like to hear about that. Explain it to someone that knows nothing.
So, Shane Dawson long-time YouTuber.
Yep.
Got a huge boost last year odd or so when he teamed up with old buddy Jeffree Star, who's turned out was not only a beauty guru, but actually a kingpin within the beauty community.
Okay.
But long story short, he'd set up his own franchise where he was basically doing a lot of not only the merch for YouTubers, but was doing his own line and several other lines of beauty and makeup paraphernalia to the sum of hundreds of millions of dollars. Fast forward a little longer during basically him and Shane teamed up to do a brand deal. Well, there was hella drama. Yeah, that was it. Ooh, conspiracy part, exactly.
Oh, conspiracy!
What was so good during the show was that Shane actually set up, like, this community is actually quite dodgy. Like, Shane was actually robbed during the filming of this.
It was Jeffrey that was robbed during it.
Jeffrey, Jeffrey's factory was robbed to the fucking tune of millions, and merch. I think they did actually catch some culprits, but they'll never have recouped it all. And that was a huge thing. But also at the same time, you had I can't remember what is it? They called it like Armageddon Gate or some shit. And the beauty community, you're like, what? Where
Dramageddon. Dramageddon 2.
I love the way you say that, makes it so official. But so James Charles, another up and coming star, was receiving a bit of backlash here and there as he was rising, as any big rising star does, gets a shitload of hate. But then Tati Westbrook, another huge influencer, came out with her exposed video on James Charles. Now, if you're following here, folks, you're doing pretty well, because most average folk wouldn't. All you need to know is James Charles, Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star in Team 1, Tati and James Charles in Team 2. Tati turned on James Charles, released a big 40-minute video where she rants and explains about how James Charles is a sexual predator and needs to be cancelled.
I was going to say
we have to say allegedly, don't we?
Yeah.
Well, no, this is what Tati claimed, not me. It's not alleged that she claimed it, because she fucking claimed it. So fast forward half a year, Shane's getting cancelled for his old YouTube shit, which we've discussed before. Not a huge fan of some of those quote-unquote jokes and stuff he was doing, but he's definitely learned and progressed. Whether or not you buy that or whatever is irrelevant, because Tati came out with a video the other week there, not the other day there, sorry, 40 minutes explaining how she never really wanted to make the James Charles video. It was all Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star's idea.
So I'm seeing a lot of buck passing here. That's what's happening. I did something, but I didn't actually want to do it. They made me do it. The big boys took my ball and ran away. Fuck off.
Yes.
Take
very hypocritical video. I actually had to put it to double speed because she was reading from her script and it took so long pausing to cry.
Oh, it was so boring.
It was actually gross.
It was
because especially considering she defended the statement she made against James Charles by saying, in the first instance, saying she's a grown woman and she'll say what she wants. No one was coercing her. And then this one, she's quite blatantly saying people coerced her, and actually already been found out, exposed for some of the stuff she said in that video compared to the first one. However, another player involved here is Gabby Hanna, old YouTuber who's been losing her nut lately, claiming that she's been getting shadow banned. There is a theory that she is somehow linked to all of this because she was dabbling within the beauty community as well, and that she's scared for her life. Possibly from Jeffree Star. Tati was scared for her life and had to move house, possibly from Jeffree Star or the beauty mafia. And it is all really cloak and daggers right now, because there's a lot of chat that Jeffree was butting heads with his business partner, who was basically saying, you need to drop Shane as a friend because of what's happening here. Whereas Jeffree's obviously been like, well, fuck no. He practically saved my career. What are you talking about? You know? Yeah, I had all this money, but public influence wise. However, they've then again lost it due to this. I think the best theory I've heard so far, via wee drama, fucking someday with your T channel, was that you can possibly look forward to a Shane Dawson exposed documentary. If Jeffree turns on him, he's going to be aware that he's got all that footage and loads of behind the scenes stuff in chat. I doubt he would do that, but I also think what he needs to do is go in on Tatty, double down on why the beauty community was so toxic. This is what all really stemmed from. I was saying this a while back. It's really dodgy that Shane Dawson used to make videos about conspiracy theories, joined the drama community, then hinted it within his series with Jeffree Star that it was a dodgy, dark, seedy underbelly community with its own mafia. And then when he said he was leaving the quote-unquote drama from the beauty community, that's when all this shit hit. He put out that video, he got cancelled the next fucking week, and then the following week, Tatty's dropping this video, putting the boot in.
There's been a whole another lot of stuff within the last couple of days, though. Obviously, because this is all kicked off now, like a bunch of people that are kind of coming in and going, yeah, this and that and the other. Like there was a influencer that Jeffree Star used for his campaign, who's a person of colour, and he basically said like that he was just used as like the black guy.
Oh man, it made him a token influencer. What the fuck? And
there was like a whole other thing, which is, so it was like, I think it was like 2006 or something, but Jeffree like posted a picture of himself like self-harming with like a Nazi symbol, and that's like been doing the rounds again. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's been doing the rounds again.
That specific. I've heard of that, but I've just seen that. Yeah,
people have like been going mental and whatever, and he's like addressed that. But I don't know. That's what I've seen on Twitter.
Messy, bro. It's really messy.
It's so messy.
Like they're calling all these little spats they had before Dramageddon. It's like, no, this could be this is the explosion of your community here. All the heads of the community are literally being picked off one by one, or picking themselves off, like arguably in the case like Tatty and stuff.
Yeah, that's the mad thing about having like an internet channel and times changing. Like Shane Dawson did blackface, like literally he had a character that was blackface. He has videos of him like pretending to suck a dog's dick and shit, right, from years ago, where it was not accepted, but it's like people weren't like, you can't say that. It was like, shock humor was pretty big on YouTube at that time. Literally, it was like all like
morphed into like your fake prank stuff and that, because they could only take it so far in reality, you know.
Exactly. And it's bizarre that's one thing where I'm kind of like, people learn and change and grow, and your content evolves with the times. So I think it's one of those things where it's pretty petty to go back and be like, well, you did this. It's like, I've not done that since, and I've realised
I agree.
That's the thing that I find weird. It's like, you need to give people a chance to grow, and holding shit like that over people's heads is just dumb and bullshit.
Well, this was like the thing about the Tatty video really, what was fucking so hardcore about it was the fact that what she was claiming was that these two haven't changed, and that she thought she should continuously talk about how she thought she could be a good influence in James Charles and Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star's life. Like, who the fuck do you think you're, Queen? The fucking Mother Teresa. Excuse me, I'm swearing like a trooper here, but
apologies, Alex.
Yeah, sorry, Dad.
the fact that she thought so highly of herself for a start, but then was also pretty much rubbishing their defence and saying that no, they haven't changed. You know, that really left them in a kind of vulnerable position, I think, because now they have to prove if they wish to continue forward. I mean, Shane and Jeffree Star's stuff was already taken off the shelves, I do believe. I don't know what all Jeffree stuff was, but I know the Shane and Jeffree collaboration stuff was yeeted off the shelf.
You can still go on like Beauty Bay and like the big like beauty websites and still buy Jeffree Star cosmetics. Right. Like, you still can.
Yeah, well, this was the other thing that was exposed. Well, apparently exposed, but apparently it wasn't actually a secret, that Jeffree Star owns part of Morphe, which was one of the bigger shopping franchises that stocks his stuff. So obviously there's claims of like favoritism and dodgy dealings going on there. Yeah. Like, if I remember correctly, I was pretty sure Morphe was one of the ones that were on the phone to in the documentary negotiating a deal. So that whole thing was practically staged because Jeffree Star knew fine well they were going to do the deal. You know, so
they always do, because he owns a part of it. they always stock his stuff.
That's mental.
Yeah.
Honestly, see
Joel's like, makeup.
makeup's mental. Do you know what really bamboozles me? Is the fact that this could all be staged and all collaborated between them. Like, think about it. If you
think that
supply and demand, right? If you say nobody's stocking any Shane Dawson stuff anymore, suddenly you can sell it privately on eBay for 5 times the price because you can't get it anywhere anymore. And they've got all that back stock that they can sell on that quote unquote doesn't get sold anywhere.
See,
So
I would argue that the cancellation, like this maybe could be very well coordinated in the light of the cancellation, because it very much took eyes off of the whole Smith family were having a go at him because of one of his former jokes he was making lewd suggestions or motions at an 11-year-old
that was horrible.
Jada
horrible.
back and forth,
it was
whatever her name was,
licking his
Willow
poster and
Smith.
shit. Yeah.
No, he was like pretending to wank at a poster.
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
But what was really funny about that was the entire Smith family, Robinson, chimed in. You know, Jaden, the well-known rapper, Willow herself, Jada Pinkett Smith, and Will Smith didn't know. You know what I heard today for the first time? Yeah, Will Smith never said nothing, which was kind of odd. But it wasn't so odd when I heard today that actually his name was on one of the Epstein flight manifests.
Oh, fuck.
Just saying. I mean, may or may not be true, allegedly, but this is what I heard through my YouTube sources.
Because I like Will Smith.
But I thought it was really funny how everyone was kind of giving them a pass on the whole Scientology thing. Like, they don't abuse people mentally, physically, and arguably sexually, allegedly. But okay. Anyway, now I've nailed a coffin in that one. Moving on to Dr. Disrespect. Still no word with him. The scuttlebutt behind the scenes is that in actual fact Twitch just wanted any excuse to get rid of him because they had actually paid him a healthy amount to not jump to Mixer. And now the Mixer's done, they're like, well shit, we're going to need to pay him all this for nothing. So they've actively just went out of their way to be like, not come out yourselves, toxic, screw you.
Oh.
Yeet.
That makes sense. Because there's literally there's no incentive for us to keep paying you this because where else are you going to go, buddy? You're going to go to Facebook gaming? Fuck you. Yeah,
however, I do think it's kind of sus because there was a lot of other, like he almost lost some brand deals and stuff as well, which was very sus. So there could be, like, obviously I was saying because it's such a big contract, there will be NDAs. So if it is something more sinister, then they could be under NDA not to say what the hell it is, and that's maybe why. You know, it's just such a sleuthy time, guys. You know,
it's just like people with too much money and too much fucking power. It's fine. I'm fine.
Man, money's dumb.
I want to see, like, obviously it Stokes it even worse because he was started talking about like David Icke and stuff on the stream when he got cancelled. So obviously everyone's like, it's the reptilians, and there's even an argument that yes, this is in and of itself all staged. Is that maybe Twitch did want rid of him, and he's been like, well, do you know what? Why don't we do it amicably, and I'll make it a huge big publicity stunt. Come off the internet, take a little break for a while. You know, maybe he's needed it. And then come back in a huge way with YouTube or something, you know?
Possibly.
It's not, I think we shouldn't have money anymore. Today I took brownies to someone and in return they gave me some onions and I was like, you know what, that's how currency should work.
You know, that's the thing that I've always... money's always confused me because it's been like, it should be an accurate representation of like the worth of your time for what you're doing. And it's like, actually it's just rich people taking advantage of it and using their money to get money.
Okay, that's enough of the commie chat on the podcast, guys. Let's dead that here.
Alright, Jesus Christ.
How are you going to trade for a PS4 game? What are you going to trade? What are you going to give game that they want? What are you going to give these line of stores that they want?
Blowjobs.
Pictures of my feet. That's what most people seem to want.
Yeah. Done.
Just this CEX actual like. So how does he? What does he pay his employees in photocopied feet pics? That doesn't make sense.
I think it could work.
But then that waters down the currency. You know, I don't.
Yeah, because you can just scan that and then print it, and it's losing its value.
I want a PS5. I've got this whole bag of onions. What?
Yeah, I think it's. To be fair, cash money's it's the best we have just now. Hopefully, it gets better, but probably not.
Do you know what I think? I think everyone should just have enough to survive, and then if you want to like earn more, then should be able to earn more. But anyway, call me chat. I will move on.
It sounds like you're talking about a universal income, which is.
Don't you say it. Don't you fucking say it. You goddamn Star Trek geek. Stop this.
What? No, actually, not Star Trek. Believe it or not, this is like actually trialed in some places where it's like, fuck knows.
This is actually a thing.
Yeah. Like it's like $1,000 a month for people to live on.
Countries that have got like hammers and sickles all over the place. Totally.
I'm pretty. Did they not trial it in America somewhere?
What, Chaz Street? Don't say Chaz.
But
what?
But I think they genuinely might have trialed it in America and we're like, actually, it works because then you haven't got people who are like can't take care of themselves because they don't have any money and they're working themselves to the bone. And if you want money anymore,
do you know what else they trialed? Taking over 7 blocks and policing it themselves. It turned into a crack den and they shot 2 underage black kids in a car.
I don't think that was government mandated.
Well, it wasn't government stopped till they shot the kids. No, they were occupying it for, I think it was about 4 or 5 weeks, maybe longer.
That's a bit much.
Yeah.
Have they not?
Don't say Chaz.
According to one of my sources, in other words, someone we spoke to last night, we had a nice long chat with, Priv, you'll know who I'm talking about. Apparently, the Black Lives Matter movement are kind of being thought of as somewhat terrorists now.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
It just depends. If you're talking about the movement, it's different because that's popular opinion. It's a hashtag. It's a
thought.
You know,
Can't control my thoughts, man.
Yes, but the Black Lives Matter company, the actual business that exists, their manifesto is very questionable. Yes, it's awfully Marxist by the end of it, out of nowhere, and has been linked through its ties with Antifa to some very dodgy activities. Ooh. Yes, I mean they just exposed that there's entire bookshops placed fucking probably all over the goddamn states where they're hosting meetings for recruitments for Antifa, where they're teaching people how to basically encrypt all their data and their emails and stuff. Teaching people how to riot appropriately and how to orchestrate riots. Like I was listening to this popular podcast called The Dick Show, where he talks about his experience at the riots. And he just noticed certain people who were clearly Antifa, who were very much coordinating the flow of the rioters. You know, I've got the space alarm going off. Can you hear that now?
That's his earlocks detached. Prev's gonna.
Oh shit! Prev, don't die!
Please no. Yeah, that shit's it's kind of fucked up. See, I'm all for privacy, right? See if you want to encrypt your shit, stop people reading it and stuff, getting about it, but it shouldn't be as part of a ploy to like overthrow the government. Like, it's not really okay.
Do you know what? Like, I think things like teaching people how to encrypt all your data and stuff is potentially so dangerous.
Yeah. It's kind of dark web level shit where it's like, I mean, fair enough.
It's like, why do you, like, what are you hiding that you need to...
See, that brings up quite a dodgy argument. No, it's like one of those words where it's like people, in Britain they were talking about doing ID cards and shit, and it's like, oh, yeah, immediately you do like fingerprints and stuff and it's already on file, and it's like, people are annoyed that because
let's get ID cards, man. Let's make them little bad shapes and stick them on our jackets. What?
What?
Oh.
Mark of the Beast, what?
Oh. Prev's referring to the
Can I have a pineapple on my jacket?
A pineapple? No, pears only, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh. I like pears.
Yeah, so it brings up that.
I like pears and shit.
I like pears and shit. It brings up the old adage that it's not going to be innocent until proven guilty. It's assuming that everybody's already going to do something bad by having them on the system. That's what the issue is. But then it's a weird one, because it's like, well, if you've got nothing to worry about, you shouldn't be worried about it. But at the same time, it's like, well, you shouldn't really immediately need all my fucking details.
Yeah, having nothing to worry about.
No, what I meant was like opt into, like, obviously you don't have to encrypt all your data. Like, it's, why would you like go out of your way to want to encrypt your data? Like, that immediately kind of, to me, like, goes, you're fucking dodgy.
Yeah.
But also, it's like,
it's conspiracy theories as well, who think the government are just out to get us and they're poisoning the water.
You wouldn't have to encrypt the data if you didn't know that they were watching the entire time. Yeah. It's the old catch-22, isn't it? It's like we were talking about earlier, like your piracy, your dark web type stuff. Is like, well, they've made certain things illegal that arguably shouldn't be illegal, or should at least be, you know, protected under some rights, and therefore it's going to go underground. It's the same argument with the whole cancellation culture. The more you put stuff into the darkness, the more you force it into the shadows. And as we've seen from the historical documents known as the Lord of the Rings trilogy, if you leave something in the darkness by itself for long enough, it's going to grow strong. Okay, just like the science fact trilogy and Star Wars. You know, they leave something in the darkness for long enough, it builds loads and loads and loads of ships and stormtroopers and stuff.
Yeah, that's...
Sorry, it was deep and then I ruined it.
Shit, man. Yeah. That was, I mean...
It's basically...
Wow.
It's the dark web is the Empire?
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. Well, you know.
Yeah,
but
no,
the point being is that, like, the more you make... It's like even the most simple, you know, theology of it. You got kids, and they grow up, and what kids do? They want to be the opposite of what their parents are, because parents aren't cool. And what did the parents keep telling them to do? And they'll go and do the opposite. Not everyone does that, but...
sorry, did you say Alyx's teens?
Exactly. You know, it's almost like a rite of passage.
Did you say Alyx has pink hair?
It's almost like a rite of passage in the West. Yeah, exactly. You know, oh Christ, we were not there. But edgy teens, you know.
It's like having very, very strict parents teaches children to lie better or be more sneaky, because they know, I shouldn't be doing this, but I'm going to get better at hiding it, as opposed to stop doing it.
I was such a sneaky kid, and now, like, sometimes I just drop in random things I did when I was a teenager just to, like, watch my parents kind of think it out.
Wait a minute.
That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, in the words of the classically known socialist rap metal band, F you, I won't do what you tell me. You know, it becomes like that. So the more we, for lack of a better phrase, denormalize something, you know, people always talk about you're normalizing this. Mm-hmm. I would argue, by allowing crappy jokes and crappy banter and crappy humor to be in the light, you're allowing enough people to be sensible enough and smart enough to go, yeah, that's not really funny. You know, that's not really appropriate. You know, yeah, that is pretty dank and shit. But by shaming people out of existence and cancelling them off the face of the earth, you are directly creating the next generation of kids that are going to go, do you know what? That really annoys them. See that type of humor and saying those words? That actually really annoys them. Let's make that funny.
Can you answer a question?
No, I don't do Q&As. Thank you.
Really, please?
Yeah, okay.
So I missed the dank humor thing because I was a child. I don't know what it means.
The dank.
Well, we just changed the podcast name to Alyx and the Boomers.
Well, I mean, dank's it's more of an aesthetic. You know,
I always thought dank was something you like described weed as.
Yeah, that's literally where it comes from. Like, dank is like really good, so dank humor is quote unquote really good, but it's usually kind of not. It's kind of genuinely awful humor, but you have to be on the end to get it.
Good things become bad, you know, and it's like, if you're talking dank humor or dank memes, it's that they are almost innuendos or fairly simple, but at the same time they can be really, you know, out of the blue in your face, like, what the hell is that? You know, it's like the 2016
Is it like the
YouTube.
random funny thing? Is that
Yeah,
a
like
thing?
2015, 2016 YouTube. If you walked into like your wrecked compilations and stuff, where it was
Yeah.
like wow and sunglasses and thug
Wow.
life and just random kind of.
Oh,
Not
like
really
the
that
guy
funny,
with the spoon that's like blocking out the haters. That one. Is that
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
that
that's pretty
that
dank.
humour?
Stuff like that. Yeah, literally.
It's
So
most
as
memes are dank.
non-boomers would call it, funny content.
Wow, that's such a cool name, then Dank. Yeah.
Right, so
Alex
sorry.
is not in charge of the merch line or the slogans.
Sorry for being born when I was born. Sorry for being born at all. Jesus.
I'm just gonna go abort myself. Fuck.
Can
Right.
I climb back
Too
in?
Oh no.
Oh, daddy. Yeah.
Right. On
anything
that
else you want
note-
to chat about and bring up? I want to talk about my new PC. I got a PC.
Talk about your PC then.
So
Tell me all
then-
about it.
That's about it, really.
That's
Yeah,
about
so-
it. Just wanted to say you've got a new PC. You just wanted to flex.
Yeah.
Do
No,
you know what
it's,
I'm really excited about?
what?
Really excited. Hamilton came out on Disney Plus yesterday.
You're actually one of these people that Twitter was talking about. They're like, people are really pleased that Hamilton's on Disney Plus.
Oh no, mate, I'm actual buzzing. I'm not being funny. I would have to sell both my kidneys to be able to go and see it live. So the fact that I don't have to sell both of my kidneys is like, yes!
It's actually
one.
good though. And no,
Yeah.
scratch that. Let me say this right. It's obviously good because it's highly acclaimed.
Yeah.
However, is it as good filmed? I mean,
I don't know. I've not seen it yet.
I've
I've seen it after
I've seen
this.
Cats live, and then I've seen Cats on VHS. Not the movie Cats, the taping of the live show, and it's not the same. It is not the same.
Well,
You know.
I haven't seen it yet. I'm watching it after this. But,
Feedback
I
next
mean,
week.
people seem to be saying that saying that it's amazing.
Okay.
I'm so
get-
excited.
We'll get your feedback next week. But
Probably
yeah,
text you all later like, oh
Do it.
my god, I've just been like keyboard smashing like the big gay that I am.
do it. Absolutely. Yeah. Suddenly Twitter is just filled with Hamilton's great. Got it.
Yeah, just me at like 3 o'clock this morning, like absolutely chatting shit on Twitter.
It's the goodest push. That's what you want, though. That's what you want.
What's one?
Yeah.
Name one of the songs. Sing one of the songs, Alex. What is it?
I can't do rapping, but there's one that goes,
Blame
you'll be
Hamilton."
back soon, you'll see, you'll remember you belong to me. Oh, it's so good.
That sounds
That does
really.
sound quite nice. I like that.
It's really possessive. That sounds horrible.
Well, it's basically it's like the King of England or whatever, and he's like saying to America, because obviously it's like the war and that, and he's like basically
Oh.
going, "You'll come back because you need me."
Oh, so it is
I
like
think
an
he was
abusive
wrong.
relationship. That's wow.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's like a big allegory, right? Okay.
Oh, Ethel has just walked into the door.
Oh,
this is
Ethel,
chaos.
wow.
This is
Oh.
chaos. Right.
Chaos and
Okay,
madness.
she's fine.
Yeah, it's been pretty fun. Yeah, I just want to say I've got an actual PC now that has light up fans. I'm a true gamer.
Gamer troll.
Using this, I've got got a mouse with it. It's like a quote unquote gaming mouse, but it's rubbish and my pinky hurts when I use it.
What? I don't
So,
know, you just
it's-
sounded so
it's-
childish. Is that my pinky hurts when I use it?
It's apparently an ambidextrous mouse, and what this means that on
That'll
either
be
side
why.
of it, I don't even know. It's dumb.
Did you know that I'm kind of ambidextrous? I used to be ambidextrous.
Yeah, but I'm not.
One is
so-
either ambidextrous or not. You can't.
No,
be
so
kind
basically,
of
right,
ambidextrous.
I used to be ambidextrous, and then my school like taught me to be right-handed.
As they should have. I can write with my toes. Like, I can
what?
genuinely hold a pen in between my big toe and my second biggest toe.
yeah, no. I'm
I don't
I'm
wanna
not-
think
don't
about your
care.
feet,
Yeah,
Troll.
thank you. Cheers.
Priv hates feet. It's great. But yeah, so
Hate
this
your hairy wee
Yeah, I'll just
toes,
miss
yeah.
them.
this mouse
I
is.
imagine like right, no, because your name's Troll. I always think you have like hobbit feet.
I do have hammer toes. Like genuinely, my toes all curved a bit. They're like little claws.
Me too.
Yeah.
Okay.
My pinky toe is tiny. It's like a little peanut.
This has just dissolved into chaos. Right, we should probably wrap this up.
Selling foot pics. But yeah, Yeah, sorry, as I was saying about the mouse, it's supposed to be like ambidextrous, and all that means, right, is that you know how with a mouse normally it's like kind of it's got a big thick ass, two C's thick, and then one side's kind of wider and the other side dipped in. This just means both sides dip in, which means when I'm using it, my pinky doesn't have any way to rest, so it's just heartache.
I literally got so lost in that 2 seconds.
It's heartache. It hurts me. It's painful. But yeah, it works.
Yeah.
It works.
Send new mouse for troll. Folks. If there's anybody out there who's made it this far, you get 17 million rock points this week, but you can directly earn 7 billion in rock points if you buy troll a better mouse. How about that? Can you get away with that? Is that solicited on YouTube?
Nobody's gonna hear it. So
awesome.
Nobody's gonna listen this far, so it's all cool.
What you could do is blackmail Jeffree Star for one.
Oh.
Does it blackmail?
I was gonna say something.
Blackmail a fella.
Life is awesome. Be good, people. Thanks for tuning in.
Best outro ever.
Bye. Alright, don't say bye then, Alyx. That's pretty fucking rude.
Oh, bye.